Hey, welcome to another episode of GeekOutdoors.com. So today I'm going to be asking the question, are Apple fanboys better creators? And the reason I'm asking that is, if you watch a lot of YouTube channels, you probably notice that most of the creators are using some type of Apple product. Now, that doesn't mean they're not using Windows, because Windows is the dominant desktop operating system. But at the same time, I see more and more people who are creators using Apple products. And so I had to think about this because I use all three different platforms. So for example, with this HP laptop, which is less than $300, it actually came with Windows, but I put Linux on it, so I'm running Linux and Windows on here. And then for this Apple MacBook Pro, of course, it is running Apple's Mac OS. But the difference is, with this version I have here, with this MacBook Pro, it has a Touch ID, Touch Bar. This is about $2,600, whereas the Windows/Linux laptop that I have there is less than $300. So where does this whole creative difference come in? Well, if I had to think about it objectively, the main differences between the two when it comes to actually being a creator is the type of software that you have available. Now, most people are going to be using Adobe products. They're going to be using Premiere Pro. And about the only difference with the Apple ecosystem is the fact that you are using probably Apple Final Cut or Apple Final Cut Pro. Because if you actually wanted to use Adobe or DaVinci Resolve, then you could get it on both of these platforms. And Linux is kind of the odd one out because they don't have Adobe products on there. And you can kind of get DaVinci Resolve, but really, we're really focused on Microsoft Windows and Apple when it comes to that area. Now, whenever I think about it objectively, I can't really see a reason why you would use an Apple product just to be a creator. About the only thing that I could think of after just really trying to figure this out myself is it kind of goes back to the whole thing that's really hard to explain, and it's the whole Apple experience, the entire Apple ecosystem. Now, some people might argue against that. I still don't see the overall value, but I could actually see why somebody who is in the Apple ecosystem that has other Apple products, things just work better together in this ecosystem. It's really hard to explain unless you've been using Apple products for a while. And even though Microsoft Windows and Linux, you could get a lot of the same software, for some reason the whole experience is just not quite as seamless, if that makes sense. And even though you are locked into this walled garden with the Apple product, there is probably certain benefits on there that's really hard to explain. Now, am I still going to go out there and spend that much money just to be a creator? No, I'm not. But I could kind of see why people would stick to this ecosystem and see the value in it. And then other things that I could see is the actual build quality. Okay, say what you will, but if you've ever actually owned an Apple product, especially something like the MacBook Pro, this is just really good quality. I love the big trackpad. The keyboard's awesome. The whole build quality of this, it's just solid, and I would not expect anything less because it is so expensive. But at the same time, even the lower tier Apple products, I just feel that the fit and finish and just the overall presentation, it's really great. That's kind of like my overall thoughts on that. Trying to be as objective as possible, I can't deny the fact that the build quality on this is really good. And then another thing I would say is just the whole thought or the whole image that people have. Whenever a creator has an Apple product, for some reason it gives them a higher status, and I think that's part of Apple's branding, because when you have an Apple product, even if the internal technical part is the same as what you would get in a less expensive Windows, Android, or Linux version, it still has a higher sense of value. And that's really all a credit to the amazing marketing that Apple has. For serious YouTubers, save time and money with TubeBuddy, the premier tool used at GeekOutdoors.com. Get more done today by checking out the affiliate link in the description area below. And so at the end of the day, I don't really have a good answer for that because people are going to buy these Apple products regardless of all the technical things that you could compare it to. And when it comes to being a better creator, I definitely don't think that having Apple products make you a better creator. Whatever tools that you have, it really comes down to the skill and experience that you have. But I'm not gonna lie and say I would rather have an Apple MacBook Pro laptop because it just looks so good, it feels so great, than I would having this Windows laptop. And although this isn't an apples to apples comparison, still on the premium Windows side, I still think this thing, the design is just better. That's just my overall opinion. But that is it for my random thoughts on this, because I've been thinking about this for a while, and having used all three platforms, that's kind of what I came out to. And when it comes to the whole creator standpoint, just use whatever tool works better for you, and you don't necessarily have to be a fanboy or fangirl of anything. Just use whatever works best for you and allows you to be the best creator you could be. And so that is it for this particular video. If you actually had any thoughts on this, be sure to leave that in the comments area below. And if you did want to see my entire YouTube playlist, I will also leave that in the description area as well. So as always, if you did get value out of these videos, be sure to share, like, and subscribe. Hey geeks, if you are a creative geek like me and you wanted to learn how to create content on YouTube and other places on the internet, then check out my Gold Content Creators group, where you'll get access to 30 videos plus additional content for all the creative geeks out there. And the best part of it is, all of this is free. Simply head over to the link below, check out my page, and sign up for my Gold Content Creators group. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the other side. Thanks for checking out this episode. And as always, if you like these videos, be sure to click on the subscribe button. And for full written content, audio content, and additional geek stuff, head over to geekoutdoors.com, and I'll see you outdoors on the very next episode.